Hello there, and welcome in to your weekly Soul Tribe Live. It's Power Coach Alicia here. Today, we're talking all about how to stop your internal battle, and you're going to learn how to use the power of fear to propel you towards the next level version of you. So, I am looking forward to today's session. I'm also really excited because this is the last session that we will be doing in the office. Crossing fingers, will be in our Soul Healing Zone space coming up next week. So I'm excited about that. It would be today if I would have had a little more time to get everything moved over. So I want to start session a little differently today. I'm going to burn some sage, some Palo Santo. We're going to kind of bring down the high, pushing energy, the hustle. We're going to sit in a little peace as we say goodbye to the piece of shit Mercury retrograde last day. Very excited about that. So even if you're on replay, just say hi to me in the comments. Hey to Morgan. So we're just going to do some clearing. I learned something awesome from Morgan a couple weeks ago, that sage clears out everything, good and bad energy. And then Palo Santo brings back all the good. So that's really awesome. Love it. So as we start winding down like I said, the craziness of this Mercury retrograde and the feelings and the energy and the motion and all the things that you wanted to say, or maybe you did say that you probably shouldn't have said, right? And we step into the energy of tomorrow, which will be a hell of a lot more calm and peaceful. Just remember that anything that happened during this retrograde, was truth to that, right? Oh, I didn't send the text message. Put this down. That there was truth to that and how you felt, and just embrace that, right? I'm a big, firm believer that you never regret, right? Like if you say or you do something that you're like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have done that. There's some truth to that, and there's something to learn through that as well. So maybe you could go back and make things a little more clear, on what you meant and where you were coming from. There's always that option. However, just hold to your truth and what that is for you. Okay. All right. I think I've got all my posts done everywhere, so that'll be good there. Text sent. Yay. Was that funny, Morgan? So cleared out some of the craziness, and we're going to bring in the good. So this session is starting a little different than normally how Soul Tribe sessions do. I usually just step right into the Soul Tribe sessions where we're hitting that hard, and I just feel like with the energy of the universe, it's so important that on our Wednesday sessions like this, that we, cultivate the proper space for what it is that we're going to talk about that day, right? So again, if you're just joining us, we are going to be talking about how to stop your internal battle and using the power of fear to propel you forward into the next level version of you. Right now, we're just welcoming back in all of the good energies, finding that center, right? We just cleared out everything that we were feeling, everything that was going on. Anitra, welcome in. Who else is here? Say hi in the comments. I'd love to know. Yes, indeed. All right, so we got our Palo Santo going. We have our positivity candle burning. Okay. Hi, Anne. Yay. Okay. So, yes, if you are coming on in, welcome to How to Stop Your Internal Battle. We're just welcoming in the good energies. We're setting the tone for our session today. Make sure you say hi to me in the comments. I would love to know that you are here. One thing that I want to let you guys know is if you want to get a reminder of when I go live, make sure that No, Crystal, I'm not smoking. It's just my Palo Santo. Make sure if you want reminders when we go live, workshops we've got coming up, soul camps, moon ceremonies, all that good stuff, that you text the word soul to the number 74121. All right. We do have a new moon ceremony coming up this week because the new moon is on January 21st. We're going to be talking about how to use the power of the new moon to manifest everything that you want this month. This ceremony will walk you through the rituals that you can do to harness the power of this new moon and really reconnect to your soul center energy. So if you would love the link to join that new moon ceremony, just type the word new in the comments and we'll get that for you. And then lastly, in a week from today, my Ignite workshop that is free right now. If you wait, it will be paid. But my free Ignite workshop is going to be teaching you how to unlock your inner power and trust your intuition. If you are not registered for this workshop, you need to type the word Ignite in the comments. It is free and it is going to be unbelievable. We'll be talking all about how to release the pressure, how to have more than enough time and like reharmonize your life and so much more. So all you need to do is shout out the word Ignite in the comments. Stepping into today, where we're going to be talking about how to use the power of fear to propel you forward to the next level version of you. We're going to first talk about getting clear on what you want. But before we do that, if you don't know who I am, I'm Power Coach Alicia, and I specialize in helping you put yourself first without feeling guilty and heal your soul. That's the work that we do here at Soul Healing Zone. That is what we're all about here in the Soul Tribe. So welcome in. If this is your first time, welcome back if you've been here before. And like I said, we're going to first talk about how to get clear on what you want. All right. So getting clear on what you want is all about connecting to that center of you, right? Like what is it that you truly want in your soul? What's the thing that lights you up? It brings you that brightness, that lightness, that happiness, right? Because when there is fear around things, and I always say this every week, I just swear to you that there is no possible way that I could map out the content any more powerfully for myself as I do for you. And it hits in the perfect moment that I needed to hear that, right? When you surround yourself with fear, or you are surrounded with fear, it's because you are missing something that you desperately want or need, and you don't know how to get that. And so your ego bitch kicks in and starts brewing all of that fear. And all of that starts coming up for you, and you don't know what to do with it, right? And so what happens is that fear will stop you in your tracks. That fear will make you go backwards, right? And that fear will make you feel like what you're doing is not good enough. Maybe you should be doing something different. You know, I'm in that space right now personally in a lot of different areas of my life and with my business, right? And so because I am aware of this, I always feel my feelings, right? So we'll talk about that next, like in knowing what your soul needs. But I always feel my feelings, ... Let me make a note of that. Well, like I said, we'll dive deeper into that in just a second. But what do I really want? What's really going on? What do I really need, right? When you ask yourself that in the energy of fear, you start to move forward. When you say things that are only focusing on what's right in front of you, then that fear can take hold. So a lot of times when you start living in this fear and you don't ask what you want, then as things start to go backwards, you make yourself right. You go, see, I knew it. That's exactly what it was. That is the truth for me, right? And the truth is, you made it true for you based on how you operated in that energy. So when you get clear on what you really want, like, this sucks. This isn't working. This isn't the way that I want it to be. I'm frustrated by this. Okay. Acknowledge all of that. So truly the very first thing you need to do is acknowledge the way that you feel. So many times I feel like you want to deny how you feel, right? Push it away. Tony Robbins always says, you can't go to a garden and chant in the garden. there's no weeds, or no weeds, there's no weeds, there's no weeds, when you can clearly see that the garden is full of weeds. Just because you chant that doesn't change what is the reality, right? So the very first thing that you need to do is acknowledge that there are the weeds there, that you are feeling the ways that you're feeling, right? And maybe what's been causing that, right? And then get clear on what you really want. If it's the garden analogy, you want the fucking weeds gone, right? And getting clear on what you want first and foremost is really important. So acknowledging that it's there, feeling your feelings, letting that be okay. And then what do I actually want? What's the result that I want to have? What do I want to happen instead of this fear or this that I see right in front of me, right? And then once you know what it is that you truly want, you can make the effort and you can go to work and create the plan to have that be. So the one thing that I always see in this is a lot of times you want to there's no cheat sheet for this, Anthea. This is just a weekly session. So there's no cheat sheet. Hang out here, listen to the message. You are obviously meant to be here. So welcome in. We're holding space for you. We always feel like we want to change everything, right? I'm going to change it all. I'm going to flip everything on its head. And I used to be like that a lot, right? Okay, my journaling is not working. My meditation is not working. My moon rituals is not working. Like all the fucking things I'm doing is not working. So I'm just going to change everything I'm doing. And the truth is, it's not about changing what it is you're doing. It's saying, what do I want? What's still missing to where there's this opportunity for this fear to creep up? What's still missing that is causing this disconnect that I feel in my soul? And then, going into the next step of what your soul really needs. So I want to know from you. I want you to shout out in the comments. I'm getting clear about what you want. What was something that you heard that really connected with you? So shout that out in the comments for me while you're doing that. If you're just joining us, I want to let you know that an easy way to make sure that you get reminders of every live workshop, soul camp, moon ceremony, everything that we do for you here is to text the word soul to the number 74121. If you want to join us for our next moon ceremony, it's going to be for the new moon coming up on January 21st. It's all about how to use the power of the new moon to manifest everything you want this month. So new moons are always about manifesting, but in our new moon ceremonies, we're showing you how to manifest what you want in that month with the energies of that month and everything that's going on around that. We teach you the rituals so that you can harness your power harness the power of the new moon. There's so much power here. And I can tell you that between just the full moon and the new moon rituals and ceremonies I do with myself, they make a world of difference in charging my energy and getting rid of the shit that no longer serves me. It's such a powerful thing that I've added to my soul practice, and I highly recommend it. And then we have the free Ignite workshop coming up a week from today, January 25th, 3 p.m. Eastern. There will be limited access to the replay unless you upgrade to lifetime access. And I'm going to be walking you through how to unlock your inner power, trust your intuition, release the pressures that are on you, how to put yourself first without feeling guilty. I've got so much planned for you in this workshop, and it's free right now. If you wait to get in, you are going to have to pay. So I highly recommend that you go ahead, type Ignite in the comments so we can get you that link for that workshop. You want to join us for the new moon ceremony, type the word new in the comments. We'll get you the link for that. And while you're just chilling here, go ahead and send the text, the word soul to the number 74121 to get on that text list. All right, let's step into number 2, which is knowing what your soul needs. All right. So know what your soul needs. When you get clear on what you want, the next thing to do is like, what does my soul need? I have felt my feelings. I know that something's missing. What does my soul actually need? What do I need? What do I need to give myself? Do I need to clear my schedule and take a break? Do I need to make a faster decision on what the action is that I need to take to move forward and stop the wishy-washy gray area back and forth, right? Do I need to really step into my power and not allow the people around me to show up mediocre in my life, right? for me, around me, for themselves? Do I need to let people go that just aren't going to rise? Do I need to allow people in who are already risen, right? Already at a more peak level, but I don't spend time with them because the way I feel inside? Are there activities and actions that I need to start taking because they make me feel good and I constantly put them off for whatever reason, right? Are there things that I need to stop doing to make space for the good, for what my soul actually needs? See, when you know what your soul needs, you can give it to your soul. I can get back to soul center very quickly. And it never used to be something that I was good at. It never used to be something that I could actually do. I would sit and stew and harbor and stress and just go through that cyclic motion of the same things over and over and over. And now it's like when I see that fear creeping up, it's like, what do I really want that isn't happening right now that's causing that fear? What does my soul need in order to really step into that? What feelings am I dismissing? What energy am I ignoring? What do I need to acknowledge to make peace with in order to move forward? So, one thing I don't want you to ever do is come to these weekly sessions and not take the information I have for you. They're fast, they're fabulous, right? They're freeing, and they help set a good foundation for you. However, I want you to come open, soul deep, to where you're allowing these things to connect with you, where you're allowing these things to give your soul what it needs, right? Because in every session that I do every single week, there is something here that you needed to hear or you wouldn't have shown up, right? The universe always directs you where you need to be. The question is, are you paying attention? The question is, are you hearing the message? Like your soul needed you to be here today. My team never all shows up to Soul Tribe sessions. All right. So my team needed this session as much as I needed this session, as much as you needed this session, right? One or two of them will show up, but the whole team, not usually. So as we release the energies of Mercury retrograde that we are coming out of at the end of today, we step into the energy of what's next for us, right? Now you have that choice of, are you going to carry the fear and the heaviness and the negativity along with you? Are you going to release that and, make some conscious decisions and actions for yourself to really step into your power and give you what you need, right? Because really, I feel like this Mercury retrograde, and I don't know, Morgan, Crystal, Anne, you guys can, share with me as well. I feel like this Mercury retrograde has been all about feeling your feelings, right? You guys feel that? Like sitting in the shit for whatever reason? And generally, I'm not a big fan of that. I'm like, get in, get the fuck out, right? Get moving, Generally, that's my energy and attitude towards things because nobody wants to sit in the shit. But this retrograde was about like, you need to sit in the middle of all of the bullshit and you need to be paying attention to all the areas because this is your opportunity to get really clear and release it. This is your opportunity. Otherwise, you're just going to be stuck there. Otherwise, this is it for you. So you got a choice. You sit in the middle of the shit, as bad as it fucking sucks, right? Oh man, I hate it. Hey, Maya. And it's been rough for me because although I do acknowledge my feelings, I never sit in them. It's just not who I am. It's like, okay, I hear you. It makes sense. I got it. Let's fucking go, right? Let's do something about that. Let's clear that out. Let's create a new energy towards it. That's just my personality. But this retrograde has not allowed that to happen. It just has not allowed that to happen, right? So, yeah, Morgan says releasing may look like crying. It may. There isn't any one thing that it looks like. It looks like whatever it looks like to you. The point is, more importantly, are you releasing or are you attaching? The point is, are you paying attention or are you ignoring it? Like that's the bigger question. Because release looks like release looks like release. You could get in a full moon bath with magnesium flakes, which if you do this, fair warning, there is no control over how you feel. All right? No control. And it's best to do this at the full moon, right? Because it's a release time, but it may be good to do it tonight, stepping out of this retrograde and into like new moon energy, which thank fucking God the new moon's on the other side of this Mercury retrograde, right? Like, it's like bright light and beautiful, even though there's no light on a new moon. It may be a perfect time to do that magnesium flakes. Yeah, you can search on Amazon. It's fucking horrible. Can I mention that? You're like in this bath and all of your emotions are just coming out. Sometimes you're fucking angry and you're bitching and you're not necessarily yelling, but passionate, or you're crying and everything sucks. It's like this. It's crazy. I don't know what the fuck does it. I don't know how it does it. I don't know what it's about it. I don't know. But it's like it's shedding all of the shit. Oh man, I usually only do it at the full moon, and I only do it if I can handle myself in that state because it doesn't give you any choice. Bath water is pretty fucking hot. You've got your magnesium flakes in there. They just look like bath salts, but they're flaky instead. And it's just horrible. I don't have any other way of it, like sharing it with you. It's horrible. And I'm actually going to bring the magnesium flakes to the Soul Healing Zone store. I don't know if you guys know this, but if you go to soulhealingzone.com, we have all the amazing things to aid you in, connecting to your soul center, healing your soul, and, all the different things we've talked about. But oh man, it's not an amazing journey, but it's worth it when you come out the other side of that. It's usually the next day where you feel cleansed and clear, or when all that heat from the bath dissipates and you're out of it. Because I get out of the bath and I just relax, and then I cool all the way down. And then I'm feeling free. I just explained that, Crystal. It's a releasing technique, releasing all of the feelings that, we've been talking about. Yeah, like Anne says, make sure you hydrate after, because you're shedding a lot from it. Yeah, and it's just fucking horrible. It's horrible to me because I don't like all the feelings. I'm not a big fan of that. So I find it horrible. Okay. I find it horrible. Other people might find it liberating or freeing or like exhilarating. I don't fucking know, but it's just horrible in the moment. But I highly recommend it because it's also very freeing when you get to the other side. It's just during that moment and during that time. So if you can get to Walmart or somewhere and get some magnesium flakes, it's a perfect evening because it is. You just wait. When you have a magnesium bath, you'll know. When you do the magnesium bath work, you'll be like, yeah, she was right. There's like only way to describe it. I don't know. Anne might describe it differently. Maya might describe it differently if they've actually done a magnesium flakes bath. But it's just, I don't know, no other way to describe it. So with that, know what your soul needs. That's another reason why I'll do a magnesium bath, is because I'll know, like my soul needs to shed it, right? My soul needs to sit in those feelings. And because this retrograde has been all about sitting in the middle of your shit, that magnesium flakes bath can help come out the other side and release that. Maybe you'll get out and you'll do a journey and burn, which we talk a lot about inside of Ignite. Maya loves it. I don't. Maybe you'll come out the other side of, oh, sorry. I was going to say what we teach in Ignite Your Soul, right? Yeah. And you'll get that journey and burn done. So for those of you guys that are in Empire or in the Ignite Your Soul program, you'll know when you get out of the bath, if you have a lot of stuff running, start writing. Or maybe you don't get in a bath, right? Maybe you center yourself and you, and takes magnesium supplements too. I'm out on that. Maybe you'll do a meditation instead and find your center, and then just go and do a big journey and burn. Maya says she feels like she's dropped 50 pounds when she gets out of it. Okay, listen, dude. When I did this, I didn't realize what the fuck was going to happen, right? There was nothing telling me what this magnesium bath was going to do. I just saw it in one of my groups, and I missed that group. Now that I lost my Facebook and started over, I need to find it again. And I didn't know. I was like, oh, I'll add that to my ritual. There should have been a warning label with it. Crystal says, I would say that is a good analysis of Mercury retrograde. Saturn is coming into Pisces. So according to Marie Shaw, a medium who does a lot of zodiac stuff, the next 3 years for me is going to be about karmic lessons. Could be good or bad. Yeah, because karmic is both ways, right? Yeah, right? It does need a warning label. So I'm giving you guys the warning label of the horrible beautifulness of it all, right? All right, so what was your takeaway from knowing what your soul needs, feeling your feelings? All right, and please don't say that magnesium baths are horrible. If you're just joining us, be sure to send a reminder or be sure to get on our reminder text list for soul camps, workshops, moon ceremonies by texting the word soul to the number 74121. Coming out the other side, it is Mercury retrograde. We step into the energy and the amazingness of the new moon, which is all about manifesting what you want and how to use the power and the energy of the new moon to make that come to fruition in your life. This new moon ceremony is $11. The new moon's on January 21st. If you would like the link to join us for this new moon ceremony and to learn some rituals that will really help you manifest what you want, type new in the comments. And then coming up in a week from today is my free Ignite workshop that's all about how to unlock your inner power and trust your intuition. Now, this workshop will not stay free, so you need to type the word Ignite right now if you're not signed up for it and get signed up. Make sure you join us live and or watch the replay as fast as you possibly can, because if you don't, you will end up paying for it. It's gonna be unbelievable. I'm stoked for the content of it. How to put yourself first without feeling guilty. Release the pressures that are on you, other people put on you, that you put on you, that things put on you, circumstances put on you, actions you take put on you, all the things. We're gonna be doing some good work in this Ignite workshop. And I don't know if it was last week or the week before, we talked a little bit about releasing. So if you haven't seen that session, it will be linked in the description of this live when we get off here, because we always link our lives to past and to the past live, so you can get to that one, and then to the future live or the next live when that one's done. So you can go from one thing to the next. All right, let's do number 3. When you get clear on what you want, and you know what your soul needs, you need to give it to yourself every single time. This is where sabotage comes in, where we know what we need and we know what's best for us, but we don't take that action because we want to punish ourselves. And it isn't a conscious punish yourself. It is a subconscious punish yourself because you don't feel like you deserve it. We've been watching Special Forces with like the celebrity people, and it is heart-wrenching for me as a soul healer and just watching what these people are going through. And there's this one woman who, she's got so much fucking fight in her soul. I mean, it's unbelievable to witness it from the outside in, but she treats herself like she's so weak and she's so frail and that she's going to break at any time, but she's not. She treats herself like this is a specific way that it needs to be done in a specific path. And if it isn't that, then she actually failed. But as you're watching her, you can see her growing and succeeding as she's going through this. And it's just so beautiful to watch her specific journey. Because here's the thing. We don't want to give ourselves the credit. We don't want to give ourselves the proud. We don't want to give ourselves the growth, because that means that we have to love ourselves. That means that we have to pat our own self on the back. That means that we have to validate our own self. And most people, you included, are looking for that to come from someone else. And so when you are in a situation where you have to validate and give to yourself, generally you're going to sabotage that because you don't like the way that that feels. And so today, what I want to give you, because going into a new moon, it's the time to add one new item to your soul practice. And it's also a good time to add something new that you're going to give to yourself. And what I want you to give to yourself is what you want and what your soul needs every single time. Like, do this from this new moon to the next new moon. Say yes to yourself every time you turn around, and just watch how much your life changes in the next 30 days. Okay? So with that, I'm here every single week, or my awesome lead accountability coach, Morgan, is here if I'm not able to be here. And we are always diving deep into that soul work to help you heal your soul and put yourself first without feeling guilty. We will be wrapping up this month with Facing Everything and Rise, right? That acronym for fear. During this session, you're going to learn how to start telling yourself the truth about everything so that you can step into your personal power. All right. I actually think that session will be with Morgan next week because I will be preparing for the workshop, but it is going to be amazing. It's going to be awesome. I'm so grateful that you were here. If you could leave this session and go straight to the Soul Tribe group, right? Go straight to the group and post what was your number one takeaway. Team, feel free to do this as well. What was something that connected with you today on how to stop your internal battle? Share it with the people that are in the group wondering like, what are these lives about? Should I even be there, right? So shout out in the group, what was your number one takeaway from today's session? I will reply to them all. I want to hear it. Text the word soul to the number 74121. Type the word new in the comments to get the link to the new moon ceremony that is coming up. And also type the word ignite to get the link to sign up for my free Ignite workshop. It is going to be an awesome next couple of weeks. And I'm excited to rock this out with you guys. So we will see you guys next week. Bye.